On average, our dogs are here less than 7 days before they get adopted. And our cats are here on average about 28 days, I think, right now. So yeah, so there's definitely longer stay for adult cats. Kittens, they're in and out of here sometimes the same day. We also participate with PetSmart charities, which what they do is they transport dogs and puppies from the south, from shelters where there's a low adoption rate and or a high euthanasia rate, and they'll transport them to places where there's a high adoption rate, like us.
Okay.
So for instance, tomorrow, and basically every week, we're going to be getting a shipment from Rescue Wagon. And it's hilarious. This van pulls up and it's full of dogs, and they're usually, they've been traveling a while, so they're kind of a mess, but they're just like, wiggly and all super happy to get out. And so then volunteers take them in, and they get a vet check, and they get some vaccines, and then they get put on the adoption floor to wait for the vet check and all that kind of stuff to come through. And then sometimes they're able to be adopted out that next day. Sometimes they need to be spayed or neutered, and people come in all excited, obviously, because it's a puppy. Most of them are puppies. And so that's a really fast turnaround thing. And there are different foster situations. So we use foster for lots of different reasons. One, to help us with space. Lots of times we'll be full here, and a foster can take an animal in, and so then we can avoid issues of space. An even bigger reason, actually, are when dogs have cage neurosis, or cats a lot of times don't like shelters, right? So they might go bananas, and so therefore we find a foster home for them. And sometimes they're in foster for years. Other times, though, it might be an animal who has gone through some surgery and then needs some TLC before they're able to be adopted. Sometimes it's a tiny, tiny kitten that's not old enough yet to be adopted, so then they'll go into foster too. So any of those kinds of scenarios. Yeah. They're usually really excited, so they would probably want the dog now, but they're usually also excited about getting their picture taken, etc., etc. So that's a possibility. Having them, we try to shorten length of stay here as much as possible for a bunch of reasons. For health reasons, for cost savings reasons, because every day an animal is here, it costs us money to take care of. But mainly for the health reason, because a shelter, we have to keep it super clean in here, and every animal adds to the possibility that there might be something going on.
Of course.
So, yeah. So we don't really want them to stay an extra day. If it were, an extra couple of hours or something like that, that's a possibility. The babies definitely go out the fastest. And yeah, when we get purebreds in here, which we do often, those go really fast. The ones that stick around the longest are adult cats and pit bulls. We have a cruelty and rescue team. They are small but mighty. They work 24/7. So there's always someone on duty answering the phone or answering the messages on the phone. And they travel all around Washtenaw County to help with injured wildlife and respond to cruelty calls. Cruelty calls tend to kind of come in waves, and I don't know why that is. Our most recent cases, we have one. Our most recent cases were kind of in the news. So we have Eve and Wheezy. I don't know if you looked at all at our stuff. Yeah. So we have Eve and Wheezy, who are up for adoption now. They're puppies who were adopted immediately. And then we also have a horse who was turned in because her owner couldn't afford vet care. And this horse has cancer in her eye. and so her eye needs to be removed. And so that's what we're working on now. Actually, the surgery was just performed today. So those are the two that are most recent. And there are some court cases pending and stuff like that.